Everyone here is excited about motorsports. I welcome my friend and a dear friend of J.Oulanya, the Honorable Robert Mwesigwa-Lukari, Member of Parliament, Mbarara City North. He normally hosts a motor rally in Mbarara, in some of the parts that used to be the Ankole ranching scheme. God did not intend that life should be boring. You can even see that even in exercising faith, many believers don't want to be bored, even in church or a mosque. And by the way, for those of us who are Christians, Jesus was not a boring character. Just read the Bible. When you talk of bikers, they have the image which is presented by Hollywood. Hell's Angels, rowdy characters. Yes, wild, indisciplined, and some of whom don't obey all the 10 commandments. In reality, that is just a caricature. So through this event, and indeed through the involvement of fine gentlemen like the late speaker J.Oulanya, the image of bikers is being reinvented. I have a number of friends, including my classmate Frank Othembi, who writes long stories of his adventures on our class WhatsApp group, to the extent that some of us have even thought of becoming bikers. My young brother Dusman tried it earlier, and it left a scar on his head when we were living in Jinja, because he was revving and not letting go of the clutch. So the bike decided to leave him behind. And he landed on his head. So I don't know whether he has since attempted a retake.
That was the end.
As for me, one day the same Dusman tempted me to go and participate in a motor rally. One of the most annoying speeches in that car, which I was often in, was like, fuel low. Now that's not a good speech. Unfortunately, many times, his late wife Dorothy would be in the car at a time when you don't want her to know that the economy is bad. And then the car announces that fuel is low. The car will tell you, door open, lights on. It was a very annoying car. Some French technology from Renault. There's a time he traveled up to South Africa by road. It was a mixture of road, train, even on foot, partly. He was totally unafraid. Like you say, these are extreme sports. Anything can happen. That in itself was a mark of great courage. But to describe the motivation of what he did and what we are trying to memorialize, we have to use the word freedom. I think bikers are the freest people in the world. Secretly, I know bikers don't like helmets. If bikers are honest, they will tell you they hate helmets because you really want the rush of the wind to hit your face and you stretch your arms and enjoy the freedom. The same applies to motorists who drive. So do not take this event lightly. It has immense symbolic value. And I hope it can become annual. So you see, a man who is no longer with us is busy mobilizing for your bikers association. Busy mobilizing for motor rally. And I'm very pleased that you are now able to go to the north. Incidentally, where you are going, those roads are the same roads that the LRA and Joseph Coyne always used. In a way, by taking this activity to Omoro, the home district of Joseph Coyne, you are also celebrating the return of peace. Because in the absence of peace, none of you would dare to go there. The roads had landmines. You will also be reliving J.Oulanya's life, because those are the roads he traveled, on foot, on bike, by vehicle, hunting birds with a catapult, hunting animals, fleeing from rebels, fighting for his life, until he ended up in Kampala, where eventually I met him in 1988. I have listened to some of the issues you have raised. I want to promise that we will deal with the question of delays at the ministry. We shall deal with it clearly. I will endeavor to be there with you on the days that you have announced, because I've heard that there's bull roasting. Surely that one I can compete. There's no way I cannot enter that contest. Just eating meat. I think that will be a very popular idea. And then on the day of riding, we shall be there to cheer you on. Yes. And I hope our youth MP will also take up the sports. Before you came, I was, as usual, being humble by saying, why don't I buy a quad bike? Is there any higher form of humility than that? Because a quad really is like a millipede, gongolo, compared to the president's bike of over 1,000 cc's. But that is what I wanted to order. We even found a seller already. And he has already sent me the number. I wanted to already order it because it is highly affordable. You can even buy it with mobile money. That's how affordable it is. So I hope many young people will be interested in sports. You can see the bikers, what they look like. They are healthy. Because you need to be fit. The president of the Bikers Association told me they rode up to South Africa. Eastern route, western route, they basically made a loop and came back to Uganda. That requires stamina. So you must be physically fit. We want the Ugandans of the future, the youth, to be physically strong. Uganda is in a very tough neighborhood. We are surrounded with active volcanoes. Whichever side, I mean political volcanoes, security volcanoes, they can erupt anytime. And God chose to put us right in the middle of it. And sometimes to protect our house, we have to sleep outside it. As you know, these days we also sleep in Congo to protect our house. That is not bad policy if you love your house. Surely if you are my neighbor and you are threatening my security, I'll cut the fence and occupy part of your house. With or without your permission, protect my house. I think that is good policy. And it is good neighborliness. Unless you guarantee me that there will be no threat from your compound. If there is a threat from your compound, I have to come in. The point I'm making is that all these challenges require strong and healthy youth. Not youth who are glued on TikTok, who are drunk by lunchtime, and at the age of 30 they look 60 on account of bad eating, too much KFC. So, in general terms, these are the things that the Minister of Sports would have told you. Me and my brother, we used to box, the Night Hill Boxing Club. I went to Namliango where boxing was compulsory. I didn't have a good experience on my first day in the ring. But the boxing coach always told us, fight one more round. That is the best attitude. Even in life, when life knocks you down, fight one more round. Don't think of all the 15 rounds. Just focus on the next round. Even when you have been knocked down on the